Moment, go ahead and grab a mat. That's really not required, but if you would like some comfort, a mat would be great, and maybe a blanket if your knees get sensitive. My name is Jamie, and I'll be leading practice for the next 45 minutes. Again, for class today, a mat, maybe a blanket or a pillow if you would like. Our focus today will be on opening up our body for flexibility, but also strengthening our body through our postures. So go ahead and take your time, grab what you need, and when you're ready, come on and join me. We'll start off on our back today. We will start off by lying on down, letting your head rest completely on the floor. Let's get those shoulders away from the ears and extend your arms down. You might even have your hands right at the waist to practice some breath work today. Using these first few moments to settle in to this moment of calm. As you inhale, fill your lungs up with air. Let the air come down even into the waist as you expand into your hands. Feel it widen. As you exhale, let the air escape from the ribcage. On this next breath, let's see if you can breathe a little deeper. Inhale through your nose, perhaps expanding even into our sides, into our lower back. And as you exhale, feel the air leave your body. We'll take this to one more deep, diaphragmatic breath. Inhale through your nose, letting air come into all parts of your body you can imagine. And as you exhale, let the air slowly escape. On your next breath, bring the hands and the legs upward towards the sky. We'll start with rotations through the lower joints. Ankle rotations and wrist rotations will move outward. On this next breath, let's move inward. So just articulating the motions through our joints. Listen to how that feels. Can we go wider, back to the other direction, outward again? If it feels a little tender, tight, you don't need to go as far or as large. And inward yet again. On this next breath, we inhale, flex the toes and the fingertips back towards your face. That's going to stretch out the forearms that you might use to type. That's going to stretch out the calves. On this next breath, point the toes and round the wrist, stretching out the tops of the forearms and even through the shins. One more time, inhale, flex. And exhale, we round. On this next breath, bring both knees into your chest and we're going to roll our knees clockwise, feeling the earth massage the joints in our lower back, the sacrum. On this next breath, bring your knees counterclockwise. From here, go ahead and take your right leg, ankle above the left knee. It's a figure four. So for practice today, I am mirroring you, your left to my right, your left. So just go ahead and keep that in mind, all right? From here, it's a figure four stretch. With your hands, go and interlace, grab your left thigh and pull in closer towards your body if you'd like a deeper stretch. We're looking to open that outer hip, a muscle that tends to get somewhat tight the longer we sit. I might even rock side to side to give some more movement into my lower back and the hips. On this next breath, let's go ahead and switch. We'll take that left ankle above the right knee and we interlace, grab the thigh. You can stay right here. But if you want a deeper stretch, you might pull closer towards your body. Whether you wish to be still or side to side, it all works. So again, for our practice today, we're looking to feel length into our body, but also strength into our body. All right, go ahead and release your legs, hugging both knees tightly to your chest. We're gonna rock a few times forward and back. If your lower back gets sensitive, you might skip this portion and meet me in tabletop. Otherwise, let's go for a few rounds before we find our way into a neutral flat back, tabletop. In tabletop, let's get those hands right below the shoulders, those knees right below the hips. We're going to warm up our spine. Let's make sure those fingertips are spread nice and wide. As we inhale, draw the belly down. Lift the chin up. Think of this as a camel, lengthening through our waist, even through our neck. On exhale, let the head drop, rounding through the neck, the upper back, middle, and lower back. On inhale, let's try that again. A slightly angry cat. It's a deep hyperextension of the spine. This may feel great. If it feels like too much, again, you can always scale the posture. From here, exhale, drop the head, and we round. Let's slowly find our way into a neutral position that's flat back, tabletop. From here, go ahead and take that right arm. Inhale, right arm reach. Threading the needle. So when we're here, before we go further, you might look up to your top hand. If you say, you know, Jamie, that feels quite heavy on my head, you're welcome to keep your head downward anytime we're asked to look up, all right? So here we are, we're lengthening on inhale, exhale, thread the needle. That right arm goes under your body, head goes to the mat. Now with that opposite arm, you might keep it close or even to the top of the mat, feeling the stretch right on the inside of the shoulder blade. On this next breath, I slowly reverse. Inhale that right arm back up to the sky. And exhale into tabletop. Let's do the same thing other side. Inhale your left arm up. Perhaps you look up to your top hand. If that doesn't feel great, you'll just look down. Not a big deal. Rotation through the thoracic spine. On exhale, thread the needle. Head down if that's available, whether you want to keep the opposite hand closed or to the top of the mat. We are both right in different ways. So again, feeling the muscle right in between the shoulder blade and the spine. We're going to slowly reverse our way back. Inhale that left arm up high. And exhale into tabletop. Let's go ahead and slide one leg back at a time. This is your plank position, strengthening through your core. But when we're in plank, it's often easy just to hang out here. Today, think of it as being an active posture. Pushing into your hands, squeezing into your glutes, pushing into your heels. This is our plank position, a posture that incorporates many muscles. From here, we're going to keep our hands where they are, and we'll bring those hips up towards the sky. This, my friends, is downward facing dog. Letting your head drive through the arms. Letting your hips lift upward towards the sky. Your heels, they may be lifted, they may push downward. It is not necessary for your heels to actually touch the floor. Perhaps you join me in walking the dog. I'll bend one knee at a time. And that's going to stretch the calf muscles and hamstrings too. Now if you pay close attention, you might feel the stretch into the muscles in your feet. We'll come back to that in a bit. Okay, party crew, on inhale, up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees. And inhale, let's walk our feet to a standing forward fold. Let your head drop. Maybe grab the opposite elbow as you sway side to side. Anytime we are in a standing fold today, you are welcome to bend your knees a little or a lot. If you say, Jamie, I identify with feeling less than flexible, you might be a great candidate to bend those knees a bit. Here we are, we're gonna roll our way up as slow as you can imagine. From the tailbone to the lower back, to the middle back, to the upper back, and maybe even the neck. Go ahead and face forward, this is mountain pose. Let's get those arms to the sides and take a moment here. On inhale, let's pick up all 10 toes. On exhale, let's drop those toes back down. Let's do that again. On inhale, all 10 toes up. Exhale, toes back down. On this next breath, inhale those arms way up high. Upward salute, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, swan dive into a forward fold. As you inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Here, it's just like our tabletop position. Think torso parallel to the earth. And next, bring the hands down, step one foot back at a time. Hello, plank. Let's drop those knees down. And we'll bend those elbows. Let's keep those elbows close to our body as we melt onto the earth. Inhale, back bend, cobra, a gentle back bend. Exhale, body down. On inhale, okay, check this out. Elbows will stay tucked in. Shoulders and hips, even thighs, work as one unit. We exhale, push away from the earth. And here we go, into downward facing dog. On inhale, your right leg high to the sky. Three-legged dog. Feel the hamstrings, feel the hips. On exhale, step that right foot through. Maybe you want your blanket here. Left knee down into low lunge. We'll bring those arms up nice and high. Now in low lunge, I know it's tempting to want to hyperextend. Instead, tuck the rib cage in. Feel that hip pocket opening on that leg that's trailing. Arms are lifted. Perhaps your hands come to heart center, and you might turn towards that right thigh. Stay here or hook. As we warm up our spine, we're looking for a rotation. Now maybe this side feels awesome. We're gonna check both sides, just not right away. Slowly work your way back to center. Inhale those arms up, and exhale, hands below shoulders. Step that right foot back to meet left. Okay, we are in plank. Maybe you want a little more heat, elbows tucked in. Chaturanga, come about halfway down. Inhale, flip your feet, upward facing dog. This is our second option. Option 2 for our flow today. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll do the same thing, other side. Inhale, your left leg up high towards the sky. And exhale, left foot through. Perhaps your other knee, right knee down to the blanket or mat. Inhale, those arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Core check, are we hyperextending? If so, tuck it back in. Go ahead and turn your body towards that front thigh, holding or hooking. And maybe this side feels a little better, maybe a little tighter, who knows? We're just here to assess, not judge. Slowly bring your way back to center. Inhale, arms up, and this is a free-for-all. Pick your flow. Maybe you're doing first option with me, I'll do option 1, or perhaps you're enjoying option 2. Knees down, body melt. Inhale, cobra. Work your way down, and we meet back, pushing away. 1 unit into downward facing dog. Okay, friends, we're going to work our way into the heart of our practice. Inhale, up onto your toes. Exhale, bend both knees. Inhale, walk or hop your feet to your hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, into your forward fold. On inhale, arms up, overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Arms off to your sides. Here we go, finding balance in your feet. Heart open. On inhale, big belly breath, arms up, upward sweep. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Torso parallel to the earth. Exhale, you pick your flow. I will demonstrate option 1. Whole body down. We're not going to flow too often today. So while we're here, go ahead and enjoy, embrace the movement. Body comes up as 1 unit. Here we go, into downward facing dog. Remember for class today, friends, I am nearing you. On this inhale, go ahead and bring up that left leg high to the sky. 3-legged dog. Hold here for a moment, but no need to hold your breath. Inhale, lengthen. On exhale, step your left foot through. It is high crescent lunge. High crescent lunge, very similar to our low lunge. Let's get the shoulders right above the hips. Not hyperextending, but strong through our core. On inhale, arms are high. On exhale, bend the elbows and that back knee. Now here, there's no need for you to bring that knee all the way down to the mat. It's going to be relative to what feels low for you. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, low lunge. Now when we're in lower lunge, do you notice how the hip may stretch further and the quadricep as well? Or even the strength happening in our front thigh. We're looking for both strength and length. Again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, lower lunge. On this next breath, we're back on that inhale, high lunge. On this exhale, your hands might come to heart center as we step our way to warrior 3. Now this is a balanced posture. Perhaps you're doing a gentle warrior 3. limbs close to your body. A way to increase this is to bring the arms behind your body, or to make this even tougher, arms in front of your body. In whichever variation you choose, flex that back foot strong through the waist like your plank, and we slowly step that right foot back down into warrior one. Very similar to your high lunge, warrior one facing through the front. On this next breath, inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms behind your back to any capacity. You can leave them floating, fist to fist, or palm to palm, heart open. Exhale, drop that head down. Humble warrior. With the hand up high and the head drawing low, your shoulders are in what's called internal rotation. Feeling the shoulder joint loosen up, let your head drop completely. No need to fix your gaze, let the head drop. We slowly bring the arms up into warrior one. Exhale, turn your body towards the screen, warrior two. Now in warrior two, this is quite a wide stance. I'd say that front left leg perpendicular to that back right foot. Arms open. On your inhale, reach that left arm forward. Exhale, reverse that warrior. On inhale, extended side angle. Go ahead and take that right arm to frame your right ear. On exhale, perhaps that top arm comes behind your body. This is option one. There's no need to go any further than this. If you'd like, you can take that left hand to come towards the mat or underneath the front eye for a shoulder bind. Now in a bind, it's tempting to want to dump your body down. Instead, we rotate up, heart open. We'll slowly, slowly reverse the way we came in. Meet me back in warrior two. Inhale, straighten that left leg. On exhale, let's take that right leg off to the corner, opposite leg off to the corner. So think both legs are in a diagonal, 45-degree angle. Your hands can come to your hips. Let's go ahead and take this to a lateral lunge, Skandasana. Bring both hips all the way off towards your left side. If it's off towards your left side, you might feel that inner thigh stretch on your right. For now, we'll keep the heels down. Let's slowly bring your hips off to your right side. Now, if you say, this is actually quite wide, I don't feel comfortable, maybe you narrow out your stance. Vice versa, if you say this was so narrow, I don't feel much happening, you might widen your stance. Let's do that again. Inhale, your left. Exhale, slowly towards your right. Now you can totally go at your own pace. If you want to speed up a bit, that's great. If you want to slow down, that's cool too. Okay, one more time. Inhale towards your left. Now check it out. I'm on my left side, you're on your left side. Go ahead and take your right toes, point them forward. Hands to heart center. We talked about strength at the beginning of practice. With all of your energy, we inhale. Push into that left foot. We're looking for tree. Now, I'm on baby tree. I have my toes down, a little kickstand. Maybe balancing is not my jam, so I'll stay here. So there are variations to this. Perhaps you've been to practice before, and tree's your favorite pose. So go ahead and pick your favorite tree. We're going to do that again. Dynamic strength. Inhale, left leg steps out, lateral lunge. So get comfortable, but not too comfortable. Exhale with force, push through that left leg. Maybe I go higher on this tree, so you decide. We're going to take this one more time at your own pace. Inhale, lateral lunge, Skandasana. Exhale, push into tree. Now perhaps in this tree, you feel comfortable with your hands to heart center. Maybe you'd rather your arms come up towards the sky. So balance can mean so many things. It's about where your body feels comfortable in space, your whole kinesthetic awareness. If you feel really confident, you might even close your eyes. If your eyes are closed, go ahead and open them. Let's get those eyes open, hands to heart center. Take that left ankle above the right knee. So again, not on top of the knee, above. And you can stay here. This is standing pigeon. Very similar to our figure 4 stretch when we were lying down. Remember that? You can stay here. You might do a little bit of a knee bend to get lower. And what do you feel? Do you feel something similar to figure 4? But maybe we're balancing now. Maybe we're coming closer. Hands towards blocks if you have them, books, or towards the floor. So standing pigeon. Open your left outer hip, making sure there's no pressure in the knee. Head down. On this next breath, we slowly ascend. Take your time. Have patience with yourself. Step that left leg back into Skandasana, lateral lunge. Okay, if it feels good, you might even get lower. Now here's where, if it feels like you can keep your heel down the whole time, keep it down. If you wish to come up onto the balls of your feet, you might. Talking about the strength in our feet. If this is bothersome to your knee anyway, I really wouldn't go further. I'd regress back. Maybe you don't want your hands on the floor. Use more of your core strength, maybe even through our upper body. Arms can come up or flex and change your gaze. Remember, when we change our gaze, that challenges our balance. So your eyes might be looking over your right foot. When you're ready, bring those hands back down. Go ahead and walk your body from your left side off towards your right. Turn your whole body to the opposite side of the mat. Okay, here we are, hands right below shoulders. We're working our way into pigeon pose next. Take your right knee to your right wrist. Now in pigeon pose, how I like to get into this is to go gently, right knee to right wrist, then my hips might come down. If your hips aren't on the floor completely, that's really not a big deal. My first question is, do you feel safe with your knee? If yes, do you feel that outer right hip opening? And that I prioritize a bit more than getting your hip to the ground. You get what I'm saying? We're looking for alignment and sensation. From here, you might feel comfortable sitting upright, or maybe you say, I actually want to take a breather, then you'll bring your body down. Forehead, maybe to your mat. While you're here, if it feels good, stay still. Maybe hold and move. And I'm a big fan of moving because sometimes when I explore, I discover parts of my body that I really haven't been paying attention to. So again, it's your practice. Have fun. Okay. So from your sleeping pigeon pose, we slowly bring our hands back below shoulders. With that trailing left leg, bring it all the way around, hugging that knee into your chest. Okay, here we go. Knee hugging into the chest. If twisting's not part of your practice, just stay right here. Otherwise, if you are going to rotate with me, take your left hand right behind your back. Now with that right arm, shoot it up to the sky. Do we feel light? Do we feel tall? Exhale. Hook that right elbow to the outside of that left thigh. Your head might even turn over your back shoulder. So this is a rotation, even through the mid-back. If it feels locked in any way, that's okay. I would say stop right before you feel a sensation that you don't feel quite confident with. On this next breath, we slowly reverse the way we came in. That left leg, toss it back behind your body. Hands below your shoulders, front pigeon pose. Step your right leg back to meet left. Hello, plank. Do you remember plank? Use that core. And from here, let's go ahead and take that free for all. Option one, you're with me. Drop those knees down. Elbows tucked in, body melts. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, body down. From here, elbows tucked in, shoulders and hips come together as one unit. Use that core. Push away. Downward facing dog. On inhale, up onto those tippy toes. Exhale, bend both knees. Inhale, walk or hop your feet to your hands, halfway lift. Exhale into a forward fold. Give yourself a moment here. On inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Arms off to the side. In mountain pose, heart open. Shoulders come up to ears. Let's get them right back into those sockets. Hello posture. On inhale, we'll bring those arms up overhead. Upward salute. Exhale, swan dive into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you choose your flow. Option one, you're with me, knees down, body melts onto the earth. Inhale your desired back bend. Exhale down. We'll slowly work our way back into downward facing dog. Now what we do on one side, we are doing it on the opposite in case you were wondering. Jamie, you only did one side. The other side? Okay, here we go, friends. So meet me back in downward facing dog. If you're not there already, on inhale, bring that right leg high to the sky. Hello, three-legged dog. Exhale, step that right foot through. High crescent lunge, arms up. In high lunge, arms are up high. You feel that hip opening. Are we arching? Neutralize a bit. Inhale, arms are lifted. Exhale, we bend that back knee. we feel. Again, quadricep, hip flexor, just muscles that maybe we haven't really noticed, even though we use them. Inhale, arms high. On exhale, come on down. Now sometimes when practicing this posture, you say it's a little hard to balance. You know, you're in control of a lot of these things. So with that front leg, remember to push firmly through that upside down triangle of that front foot. And keep your nose between second and third toe. So that way we're doing the best we can to be aligned. Inhale. Exhale. Low. On inhale, back to high lunge. On exhale, maybe hands to heart center. Warrior three. Maybe I keep my hands close. Maybe I bring my arms back. I'm going to flex my back floating foot. Or maybe I bring the arms over the head. Hello, hamstrings. That's the muscle behind that standing leg. Use that core like you did in plank. Arms are long and strong. Inhale. Exhale. Step that left foot back to warrior one. So it's very similar to high lunge. Our hips are squared forward. That back heel is down. That's a big difference there. Warrior one. Inhale, arms up high. On exhale, arms behind your back. And you can keep them here. Fist to fist if you like. Palm to palm. Get those shoulders away from the ears. And fold your way down. Humble warrior. Head down, hands up. Strong through both legs. On this next breath, inhale, our arms up. Back to warrior one. Exhale, turn your body towards left, towards the screen. Warrior two. Get pretty wide in warrior two, or whatever you perceive to be wide. And that's most important here, to define what that means, right? Okay, so again, we're looking for that right foot to be perpendicular with your left. That's the main difference in warrior two, that we're facing more of a side posture versus facing forward. Open those arms. On inhale, reach that right arm forward. Exhale, reverse. Stay lunging through that front thigh. It's really tempting, right, to want to lean back. No, stay focused. Exhale, extended side angle. Rotation, posture, even when we're twisting. You can hang out here, or with that top left arm behind your back. No pressure to ever go further. Maybe you say, okay, maybe I do want to go further. Hand down. Oh, where's that bind? Can I feel my other hand? It's like holding hands with yourself, right? A little touch. Okay, from here, we'll slowly reverse our way back. Find your way back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten that right leg. On exhale, we're going to turn both toes off to a 45-degree angle. Get those hands to your hips. So what we do on one side, we'll do to the other. Go ahead and bring your hips off towards your right side. And this is where you might adjust. You say, this is really wide. I don't feel like I want to go further. Then maybe you go more narrow, vice versa, go outward if it feels like not much happening. Next breath, shift your hips towards your left. So postures that we've done before. We're just trying it again. Inhale, right side. Exhale, your left. Okay, on inhale, let's come on back to that right side. You can stay right here. With that opposite foot, where your toes are off to the corner, go ahead and bring them facing forward. We're gonna work our way towards tree. Dynamic strength. Hands to heart center. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, energy through your right foot. Push, tree pose. Maybe I'm on a gentle tree. I always like to start slow and work my way up. Maybe you're the opposite. Maybe you want to go hard, use up all the energy. That's okay. All right, slowly step, dynamic strength. Right foot back down, lateral lunge. Inhale, gather your breath. Exhale, we push. Maybe I'm going a little higher in tree. Next breath, inhale, lateral lunge. One more time. Exhale. Perhaps you choose to go higher in tree. So you are welcome to pick the tree, your favorite tree, on Earth Day. Throw some roots through your feet, maybe some branches through those arms. Eyes might close, eyes might open. Okay, if your eyes are closed, bring them to opening. Let's get those hands to heart center. Let's take that right ankle above the left knee. You can stay standing pigeon. Bend that opposite knee, or fold your hands down to props or to the earth. Let your head draw downward. So in standing pigeon, again, that outer hip, what we felt in pigeon pose, what we felt in figure 4. We're going to focus on getting our body open in different ways, at different angles, at different times. Slowly roll your way up. Hands to heart center. Step that right leg back. You can stay here. Maybe you feel compelled to get lower again. Your heel can stay down unless you want to test the strength in your feet. You might pick up that heel. Listen to your knees. Hands can stay down to support. Hands might come to heart center. I'm not too focused on the opposite leg. You can have them pointed or flexed. Hands to heart center if you wish. We use our core strength to bring our arms up. Now maybe we change our gaze. Head over the left hand. Take your time. Slowly work your way back. Hands down to the earth. Work your way towards your left leg. Hands right below shoulders. Here we are. Take your left knee into your left wrist. Pigeon pose. So you hear me say that a lot today. Variation to this posture. So like I mentioned on that first side, instead of leaning off to one side, I'd rather us find alignment. That lower leg, it doesn't have to be a 90-degree angle. Really, I actually prefer a 45, and from there I can adjust. If I want a deeper stretch, maybe I get my hips lower. If I want a deeper stretch, maybe I fold forward. So really, pick a variation that suits you well for this moment. Whether you're sitting tall or relaxing. On this next breath, we slowly roll our way up. Go ahead and take that right trailing leg. Hug that right knee to chest, and you can stay right here. If twisting is not happening, you're here. And perhaps twisting is happening. Go ahead and take that right hand behind your body. Inhale your left arm way up high. Exhale, hook elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Turn your head over the back shoulder. So you might notice, especially with twists, when we do one side versus the other, which side feels a lot more open. So here's my little tip. Whether it's in practice or outside, wherever you do feel there's more resistance or tightness, I would either revisit that position or stay there longer. So again, a side that feels tighter, stay there longer, or repeat it later throughout the day. Go ahead and slowly reverse your way back. Okay, right leg, take it back behind your body. Hands below shoulders. Let's stack that left leg back to meet right plank position. You can choose, I'll demonstrate option 1. Knees down, elbows tucked in, body down to the earth. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, body down. Inhale, everything tucked in. Exhale, we push away. Meet back in downward facing dog. On this next breath, inhale up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend both knees. Walk or hop your feet to Malasana Yogi Squat. So from the side view, here's what you might see. We're looking for the heels to stay down towards the earth. If you say, I'm not quite there, I'm close, maybe we bring the hips higher. So however you can successfully get into Malasana Yogi Squat, get those heels down. So stay where you are. We are here. We're looking again, not just for flexibility and opening into our body, we're also looking to develop strength in those positions. So if you feel comfortable, you can stay here. If you want more, we're going to inhale those arms up high. And if that makes you feel unstable, that's okay. You can bring your hands back down. On inhale, arms are reaching. On exhale, stand nice and tall. On inhale, come on down. Take your time. On exhale, force into both feet. Stand tall. We're doing that one more time. Inhale, come on down. On exhale, stand tall. Okay, you can stay where you're at. From the side view, you might see this. On this next breath, we're going to fold our hands down towards the floor. Now, anytime you bring your body down to a fold, remember, you can bend your knees. We're going to have fun today with an arm balance. Now, if arm balancing is not currently part of your practice, you can still meet me and maybe just stop along the way. So here we go. Knees can bend or not. Let's get both hands behind your body. Notice I am bending my knees. Maybe for me that feels better, okay? I'm going to take both hands and cup each heel. So again, hand cupping the heel, hand cupping the heel. Now if this feels as if it's so far away, you can use blocks if you have them at home. or books. But again, if arm balancing is not a part of your practice, you might stay right here. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and bend both elbows and knees. We're going to sit our thighs on top of our arms. Don't let this stop you from having a good time. Anywhere you want to stop, stop along the way and reap the benefits right here in hip opening. Otherwise, you're going to come with me into firefly pose. My feet might come closer together, okay? You don't need to go any further. My hands, notice how my palms are down. We're not on fingertips here. We're pushing those palms and fingertips down. I might lift one leg. I might lift the other. I might stay floating. Or maybe legs extended towards the sky again. If arm balancing is not part of your practice, no worries. Spend however much time you wish. Slowly come down into a seated position. Okay, so from that seated position, take your time, roll your way down onto your back. With your head down, if those shoulders are creeping up, pull them down and bring your arms off to the side. From here, we'll go ahead and give the legs a breather. Let's bring some attention to our hands. With the hands up, I'm going to round both wrists. So the opposite of that arm balance earlier, we're going to round the wrist. With your right hand, place it above your left, so gently. A little bit of rounding, but what I'm really doing is stretching that muscle on the top of my forearm. Let's switch. Rounding, gently. Okay. So what we just did was a little bit of rounding through our back. We're going to do the opposite now. Arms off to the side. Let's bend both knees so your heels are right below the knees. And what I'd like to do here is even pick up my toes slightly so I can really emphasize where I'm placing my energy. All these details do matter, right? So if I pick up my toes, I have a nice high arches. On inhale, squeezing both hips, squeezing both glutes. You lift the hips up. Do we feel extension? Do we feel stretch in the tops of our hips? Do we feel strength into our glutes and hamstrings? Exhale, slowly bring those hips down. Let's try that again. Maybe we add our arms. Inhale, arms up, big hips. Exhale, arms slowly come down. One more time. Inhale, hips high, arms up. Exhale, slowly, slowly. Bring those hips and arms down. Okay, go ahead and straighten your left leg. Take your right knee into your chest, hug tightly. From here, we're going to take it to a twist. Again, twisting is not part of your practice. You might stay here. With your right knee into your chest, take it off towards the left side. Now let the hips stack. I'm going to value the hip stacking, but first, I want those shoulders down. So if that means my hips can't go as far, that's okay. My head might turn over. You might be looking over your right shoulder. Spinal twist. Digging into that lumbar spine, but also feeling it in the outer hip, even the thighs. Keeping that opposite shoulder down. I know it's tempting, right? You want to lift up. Push the shoulder down. And we'll slowly come on back to center. Okay, let's do it again on the other side. Take that left knee into chest. You can stay right here. Take that knee off towards the right side. Your head over your left shoulder. Now you might be relaxed with your arms out to the capital T, or maybe you prefer a little more pressure. In that case, you'll take that hand and act as a weight. Again, getting into that lower back, into the hips, but also keeping your postural muscles open. On this next breath, slowly bring yourself back to center. From here, let's go ahead and bend both knees. We're going into happy baby. So in happy baby, we think of our legs coming into half stirrups. So stirrups, as in if you're, climbing up onto a horse, we're looking for that nice 90-degree angle. Now where your hands go, this is completely customizable. Maybe you want to grab your shins. That's great. If it's available, maybe the ankles. Now, if it's really possible, maybe grab the big toes. We're going to wrap those thumbs around and pull the knees downward towards the earth. And as you pull here, you might feel that stretch into the groin. into the inner thigh muscles, exactly what we felt in our Skandasana, our side lunge. But here, we're lying on our back. Maybe we feel comfortable rocking side to side, like a happy baby would. And maybe we take it a step further, like we did in Firefly. Straighten the legs, side to side. So what really matters today is the sensation that you feel while you're practicing. Not so much where you go in the posture. Okay, friends, go ahead and slowly work your legs back together. Bring both knees into your chest. Hug tightly, or big inhale. On exhale, straighten the legs. Come into Shavasana. Let your head rest completely on the mat. Let's get those shoulders down and away from our ears. Feeling this space in our neck. Letting our arms melt onto the sides. And even allowing our legs to get heavy onto our mat. Your eyes might close. That controlled breathing might flow in a more natural pattern. And just keep. Since you're all at home, I invite you to stay in Shavasana as long as you would like. But if you're ready, you might join me in wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingertips. Let's bring both arms up towards over our head and stretch side to side like you would when you wake up in the morning. And turn your body off to the side, maybe so you're facing the screen. From this side lying fetal position, you might get cozy here. And we'll gently push ourselves up away from the earth. No rush. Take your time, whether you're there and resting or into a seated position, facing forward. With your hands to heart center, the light in me honors the lights inside each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you all so much for joining today. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Jamie.
Thank you.